Today, what we're going to be doing is judging Sims' relationship. Sims, is that the way that we're going with it? Because I don't have one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got no inclination to have one either. Much too occupied with fanfiction to even counter in a relationship, actually. But one day I might be taking applications because I don't have one. I have no right to judge on other relationships. So therefore, I'm going to do it. And that's that. So this is also part of a series that I do every once in a while. The last video of this is judging Sims based on their level of toxicity, which is a very fun one. We got the first category, which is made for each other. They might not be my favourite couple, but Jesus fucking Christ, you can't not admit that these two are made for each other because they simply are, you're on it. They don't even have to be good or healthy, but they are made for each other. And then the next one that we've got is okay. Now, you might be having a go at me in the comments for putting a picture of dead Remus and dead Tonks in there. Now, don't get me wrong, I love both of these characters separately. Tonks is probably one of my favourite characters in the fandom. I don't trust J.K. Rowling, as I shouldn't. J.K. Rowling is just, well, more than a little bit of a bitch, isn't she? So we don't support her in this household. I love them both separately. Together, in a relationship, well, he's only with her because Sirius is dead, isn't he? They might be happy together, do you know what I mean? They're not meant to be, are they? I'm sure J.K. Rowling only put these two together because people were starting to ship Remus and Sirius, and we know what J.K. Rowling's like, so she was like, right, well, Remus has to be married to a woman because that makes him straight, doesn't it? Well, he's actually bisexual, Joanne. That is the okay one. Sorry that I had to include them dead. James and Lily, their memorial in 3 days, so I am a little bit sad, actually, so I had to include them dead because why is it only me who has to suffer when I could make you suffer too? So that's the okay category. And then finally, we have Look at her. I fucking miss Jeremy Kyle, you know. I know that Jeremy Kyle was a show that basically took the piss out of the underclass. That's not why I liked it. I just liked it. I hated Jeremy Kyle. He was an absolute arsehole, actually. I didn't like Jeremy Kyle on there because it just shouted, well, put someone on the end of it. I think that solved the problem. And then he had to get Graham out because Graham actually was educated in, you know, helping people with issues. People always have a go at the working class for drugs and stuff like that, but they forget that, you know, have you ever met a rich man who doesn't do cocaine? Because I haven't. I don't meet many men, though, to be honest. Anyway, Look at her is a famous scene from Jeremy Kyle. The first couple that we've got, why is it including, I don't want the fucking kids. I'm just going to have to use this picture on it because I don't want Cassandra being in here because I don't want to slag Cassandra off. She hadn't done out. So Bella and Mortimer Goth, Sims 1 era. Now that is a very specific point that I want to drill home right here. Sims 1 era. Not the Sims 2 era or the Sims 3 or the Sims 4 era. Sims 1 era. These are absolutely good and made for each other. These are basically Morticia and Gomez Adams. 100% made for each other. Really old money, are they? I don't know. Maybe pulling that one out my ass. But they basically own half of the town. They're so iconic. They own half of the town. They've probably got so much pressure on them, but they still go away from societal values in the way that they dress and the way that they operate. They are goths, and I absolutely love that for them. Am I goth with my newfound hair and identity? Potentially, Ronna. Potentially, that is a route that I may be willing to go down. So these are absolutely good and made for each other. Look at them. This is from a snow globe, apparently. That's fun, isn't it? Right, next up, Bella and Mortimer Goth from The Sims 2. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. How did we go from this nice, caring husband, right, from The Sims 1? How did we go from that to this? And it's not anything about his looks, right? It's not anything about his looks. But Bella goes missing and then suddenly gets it on with the younger model. That is disrespectful to her. She's not even dead. A bed's not even cold. And he's already with a younger model. It's very fucking bizarre. I don't trust him in The Sims 2. In fact, you know what? I do praise The Sims 2 a lot. I think The Sims 2 is an absolutely amazing game. Amazing lore. Probably the best lore of the franchise so far. Mortimer Goth in The Sims 2 does not cut it for me. Although maybe that adds to the drama. Undecided on that one. Absolutely not to be trusted. And this relationship is 100% look at her. Because what is this relationship? What is she? Where did you find him? I don't fully trust that he's not a murderer. Right, now, Bella and Mortimer in The Sims 4. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to put them in mid for each other, actually. I think they're quite reminiscent of Bella and Mortimer in The Sims 1. They have the courage and audacity to live in Willow Creek and have the house that they have, which is fully black, and they live near Eliza Pancakes as well, and the land grab, so they're literally not afraid. So I'm going to put made for each other. And also, this is before Bella Goth went missing, because it's on an alternate timeline where law doesn't exist. I'm still so sad that they did that. Genuinely, like, what what did we do to deserve that? Even though the law from The Sims 4 isn't my favourite, I still think that Bella and Goth in The Sims 4 are made for each other, unlike this travesty, which honestly, it really pisses me off. In the same breath, Cassandra Goth from The Sims 2 and Don Lothario from The Sims 2, I'm going to absolutely 100% have to put these in look at her, because look at her and what the fuck is she doing with him? Like, in no world would this relationship make sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand what these two saw in each other, because they are complete look at the way she dresses. She's going to fucking Whitby Goth weekend and he's having his 6th protein shake of the day. Like, these two do not make sense, and usually opposites attract. In this case, it just turns out that opposites leave you at the altar. I'm sorry to this woman. God bless her. No, I don't understand him. It's a good thing that I don't understand him, because they actually don't end up together. So right, next to join the scene, the infamous Bob and Eliza pancakes. I'm going to have to put these, honestly, in okay, because if Bland was a couple, it'd be this. There's no real drama between the two. One's a bit clean, one's a bit messy, one's a kook, one's not. One's happy, one's sad. Take your pick up which you want. Like, do you know what I mean? They're so interchangeable, but not even in a good way. They're just bland. The son's cute. The son is cute. I am willing to admit that. It's called Iggy, innit? It's a son called Iggy. See, I love that. That's probably the biggest bit of personality that these two have shown. But yeah, all they do is just linger. They don't really add anything to the game apart from annoyance, which I suppose is adding something to the game. But you know what? I suppose these two are iconic in their own ways. And I think that, God dare I say it, right? I hope that these stay in further Sims games. I would like to see their lore built upon. Oh my God, what is happening to me? I think it's great to have these Sims that are made for each other, like Bella and Mortimer, right? And I think it's great to have these Sims that obviously are so not made for each other, like Don and Cassandra. But then I also think it's good to have just fully bland couples. Next up, I'm getting all of my images from Google, by the way. Apologies. This is from OST, Strangetown Monty on WordPress. Next up is Olive and the Grim Reaper. If you don't know, Olive is actually in love with the Grim Reaper. Olive has a son, Nervous Subject, who is the Grim Reaper's son. I have an entire video on Nervous Subject, and I also have an entire video on Olive. I think I have an entire video on everybody that has been mentioned so far, actually. So Olive and the Grim Reaper are absolutely made for each other. They both take lives, but I think the Grim Reaper kind of works for good. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like, yeah, I know you're dead, babe. I've brought some hula girls for you. They're going to sing you a little song. I've packed you a bag. I'm taking you to the afterlife. Where Olive is kind of like, I'm the one who put you in the afterlife. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Grim Reaper's only here because I made him be here. God bless, God bless. But they are made for each other. Next up, Nancy and Jeff. I mean, this is a beautiful picture. Don't think I'm taking this out on the picture. The picture itself is absolutely stunning. You know what? I'm going to put these in made for each other, because I do not understand how you can abandon a son, and obviously these two must have a lot in common if they can both do it with absolutely no regrets. Oh God, I can't even stand to look at them. I'm glad that they have a feud with the Goths, and in my opinion, right, and not just because I've got a new Gothic hairstyle, the Goths are fucking winning. You left your son. You know what? Maybe they should go on they need to go on the Jeremy Kyle show. Jesus. And they're both Tories. The pros probably vote against my rights and anyone else's rights. So they probably would take the vote off me if they were given an opportunity. And they probably voted against free school meals as well. Just shot that one in while I'm at it. Also, my local MP, Jacob Young, voted against free school meals, and I have attacked him on Twitter for it. And I'll do it again. Next up, Brent and Brand hecking, because they are so hecking cute. Did I sound American there? Anyway, these are the first gay couple. Is it in the game? I don't know, but they came with cats and dogs. I'm going to put these in between okay and made for each other. I'm only not going to put them in made for each other just because they're not exactly made for each other in the way that the others are, but they're also not boring relationships, you know what I mean? That they do have the differences, which makes them quite fun as a couple. Do you know what I mean? I love how I'm so for these. I'm like, they've got the differences, and that makes them so unique. And then with the pancakes, God bless them, I'm like, they've got the differences, but the differences are so small that there might as well be none. They're so fucking boring. I do have a vested interest against them, actually. One's an artist. Yeah, one's an artist and one's a personal trainer. Quite different hobbies, do you know what I mean? But they make it work together, and they do love each other and show affection, unlike these two. Trouble in Paradise, although could we even call it Paradise? Right, next up, we're going to take it way, way, way back. We're going to do Bob and Betty Newby. I do think that these are kind of made for each other, but I'm gonna put them in okay. because there is things that bother me about this couple as well. I'm not going to lie, because Betty is actually really musical. Betty is really talented. She has lots of skills. She can play the guitar, and her mum actually wanted to go and take a music career further. But Betty just wanted to find the love of her life, which is Bob. Bob's a bit of a slob as well. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with women wanting to go out and just find love instead of taking a career. I think that's in fact the entire fundamental of feminism, giving women the choice to do what they want in life, and whether that is to take a more traditional route or completely follow a career. It's all about choice. So in fact, if you're a feminist, whatever you do is following a feminist thingy. Do you know what I mean? What upsets me about the couple is not necessarily the fact that she made her life about finding love. Not that. It's that so many of earlier Sims games had women being insanely talented and everything before finding romance, and then they left everything to become a mother or to become a housewife. That is a very common trope in earlier Sims games, which annoys me a little bit. So that's why we're just putting them in okay, because do I think that Betty would have gone on to become a musician if the Sims 1 was released later? 100%. The Sims got over some of its misogyny quite early on. I mean, probably enemies to lovers. Probably. Just don't understand how. I don't understand. But yeah, that is everything that I have for you today. I love you all so much. If you disagree with any of my opinions, let me fucking know. I'm very intrigued to hear what your relationship advice. I'm interested to hear where you place them on the relationship scale of made for each other okay and look at her. Let me know. I'm very interested. But that is everything that I have for you today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, beach. Sexual contact.